official. We don't need machines. Why? Because machines are going to fail. Then the system is going to fail. And then it's survival. And whoever has the ability to survive, that's the game. Not gonna lie, the very first time I ever heard that line was from Archer. But anyway, it got me so interested into watching this movie, so I decided to watch this movie. And thank you, Archer. Thank you for putting this movie in my head. I am never gonna unsee that one scene. But anyway, in Deliverance, we have Burt Reynolds as I think he's definitely one of the main characters. He's the survivalist. He likes going out there into the wild. Then you have John Voight, a very young John Voight in this movie. He is one of the three men who come from the city, and Ned Betty, who I only recognize as Otis from Superman. He's also in this movie, and is one of his very first movie roles, and let's just say a very interesting first role. Seriously. I'll explain in a minute. And there's also a fourth guy that I cannot remember his name right now, but yeah, he's in this movie too. He more or less is kind of like the good guy out of this entire story. But anyway, these three men want to get out there. They want to go camping. They want to explore this river before it gets dammed up, and and this whole entire area is gone. Basically, they just want to get out into the wild. And if any of you who watch this review that absolutely loves going camping, you might want to avoid this movie because this movie goes south so fast. Because we have the three men there on canoes. They're having the time of their lives. Those are the good parts. We had a really cool banjo scene that I thought was really awesome. And then you meet a couple of swamp people, and that's where the movie really takes a downturn. And when I say downturn, I mean, let's just say I'm actually shocked that in 1972 it was even allowed to be on screen. But either way, I think this is the movie where the term swamp people really come from because something happens and then Burt Reynolds does something and now they're on the run because as the term goes, all the people that live in the swamp are mostly family members, and well, they don't get out much. So who do you think is who? So yeah, all the cliches that you think about people who live in swamps. Yeah, it's all in this movie. And now it goes from a simple trip to trying to run for your life before the people catch you. But anyway, it goes from a simple story to something really fast and really heavily paced, and you have no idea whether they're going to get out of this situation alive. It just has all these emotions going through your head, and the whole time you're just rooting for these guys to try and get out of this river as fast as possible. And I just gotta say, with the acting wise in this movie, Burt Reynolds has got to be the crowning achiever in this entire movie. I absolutely love his character in this movie. I mean, you can't really recognize Burt Reynolds without the mustache, but hey, he still looks good. He still looks good. What can I say? Not to mention when I heard he did his own stunts, half of the stunts that happened in this movie, I would just think to myself, how is it that you would go down all those rapids and not break like every single bone in your body? That's what I'm thinking. And another surprisingly good actor was Ned Betty. If this is his very first movie performance, it is a pretty good one. Although no one is that calm after a certain thing happens to him in this movie. Nobody is that calm afterwards. I'm just pointing it out there. And then we also have John Voight, and it took me a minute to really realize that it was actually John Voight himself because I usually recognize him as an older person in a whole lot of bad movies like Transformers, National Treasure, all that type of stuff. I don't really recognize him immediately as a young man. But anyway, he was pretty good in this performance as well because there's a couple scenes where he is hunting and he's with a bow and he's just shaking out of control. And there's another scene with him also with the bow and arrow where you're just thinking to yourself, just calm down, just take the shot, and you're just wondering if he's gonna mess up or not. So the movie does have its tension. So I gotta say, Deliverance was a major surprise. I mean, when I'm just talking about Deliverance right now, all I can think about is one scene in particular. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I'm actually still shocked that in 1972 it was even allowed to be on screen. But according to the Academy Awards, yeah, it is. It was nominated for Best Picture. Well, next to The Godfather, respectfully. But either way, I'm never going to unsee a lot of scenes in this movie. And if any of you have no idea what I am talking about, ask a family member or a friend who have seen this movie. When I say there is a certain moment in this movie, a very disturbing moment in this movie, they know what I am talking about. But anyway, that's what I got to say about Deliverance before without giving out anything. It is a simple camping story about a couple people from the city only to become a race for survival. And it is fast paced, it has the tension, and I gotta say, it is one of Burt Reynolds' best movies. So I will say, Deliverance is most definitely classic. So, guys, Deliverance, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Whatever you thought, comment down below. And also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share my videos as much as possible so I can get high enough on my channel so I can challenge other movie reviewers of movies that they have never seen before. Anyway, whatever you thought, I'll see you in the next video.